There's an interesting public site on the internet that actually aggregates lots of data, and then they move that data into lots of different visual graphics. Informationisbeautiful.net. I'm sure you'll hear that from other speakers as well throughout the day. It's a very popular site because these folks collect lots of different data, and they can put it in many different buckets that are relevant to different organizations and different groups and interest groups and so forth. So the one I'm particularly interested in is their collection of data, and they're putting it into the world's largest data breaches and hacks. In this particular case, you can hover over a particular instance and then see the magnitude of the incident or the breach, the number of records that were lost, the type of records that were lost. The fact is that we're not seeing any reduction in the number of these breaches that are occurring over and over and over and over again. Well, why is that? Well, we've been using the same type of a security strategy that was originated by the NSA since 1984, defense in depth strategy. The concept or the premise of a defense in depth strategy is a layered defense where you have your various different security controls on different layers. So should one particular layer be violated or exposed, then the next particular layer will hopefully intercept that type of a threat. And might be on a protection level, it could be on a level of response, or it could be just a level of detection as well. So we're seeing the average time to discover a particular incident or breach takes approximately 200 days. The interesting aspect of this is that with all of the resources that organizations have at their disposal, the number of employees and the tooling and so forth, most of these alerts actually come from outside of their organization. Someone actually contacting them that some of their data is actually on the public site, and that they lost and had an incident. Interesting. Now, we also see another interesting aspect is that it takes approximately 60 days to respond to a particular incident, from discovery to remediation of that incident. So that's a pretty long time when you think about maybe having some exposure and closing down that particular exposure. Another aspect is that each incident costs approximately $4 million per incident, and that doesn't even take into effect the loss of customers and reputation of an organization. Some organizations may never even recover from particular incidents. So let's talk a little bit about these bad actors. So these bad actors are highly sophisticated and organized private entities, as well as state-sponsored entities. Their financial gains achieved are growing exponentially. They're actually gaining so much revenue from the fact of digital currencies. The anonymous aspects of these ransom payments that they're receiving, they're able to take those finances and reinvest them into R&D. So again, highly sophisticated enterprises now going after you. The tooling, the sophisticated tooling as a result of that highly financed R&D, they're using AI tools. They're using all kinds of the latest technologies, machine learning and so forth, to actually circumvent traditional controls that are in place in organizations. So if you're not using AI, if you're not using the latest and greatest technologies, then you're at an immediate disadvantage to the threats that are coming your way, and they're coming fast. Now, another public forum that's based on crowdsourcing, lots of information that's shared throughout all of the security vendors and aggregated, is actually provided from this particular site. This is the Xforce Exchange, exchange.xforce.ibmcloud.com. You can access this without even logging into the environment. No credentials needed, just anonymous access. It's available to everyone. All white hat forum, good guys. It's a platform for them to collaborate, to see the latest threats of the day, where they're originating, what kind of indicators of compromise are related to that information, maybe even remediation information, all in one dashboard. I welcome everyone to take advantage of these white hat forums the same way that the dark web actors are using collaborative frameworks as well to exchange their ideas and their attack platforms. This particular one has lots of different dashboards, so you could actually even see, first thing in the morning, what the latest threat is that's actually circulating. So what we're seeing is that organizations are really struggling with the tooling and the skill sets and able to combat the exponential threats that are coming their way.